What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Garbear Fitness. Today we are training back. I actually just got done doing back and triceps. Got these pink, fuchsia, magenta, whatever color that is, joggers on, and they're comfy as fucking hell. Anyway, today the important thing I'm going to be talking to you guys about is developing a back, like I guess a proper back, a big back. And I'm going to show you guys some key exercise tips on getting that full range of motion to make your back grow properly. Because I know one of my friends a while back had to show me that my full range of motion for my back wasn't there, and when I changed my form up and I improved the range of motion, my weights increased, my strength increased, my reps per set were increasing, and my back was also developing a lot more too. So the first exercise we're going to be doing today, guys, is T-bar row, which is, can camera see it? Right there. So during these, the most important thing is to first find your foot placement on the ground and where you want to be, because you don't want to be too far away from the core center. Like, you don't want your body stretched out too far over the bar. You don't want your legs too far apart. You want to find that right placement, and it's good to do it while the weight's low or having no weight on at all, because when you're pulling that weight, if your weight gets very heavy and you start jerking for your reps, you're going to start putting a lot of stress on your lower spine. You're actually going to start feeling it pull, and I felt that tons of times, guys, so that's the first tip I want you guys to know. Second thing is I want you guys to, when you're pulling with your back, the main thing that people do wrong is they focus too much on just jerking the weight up. I want you guys to focus on pulling with your lat muscles. So your back is combination of different muscles, combination of your traps. Your traps are actually not part of your shoulders, they're part of your back. Some people may consider the rear deltoids in them. I consider that part of your shoulders. Then you have your teres minor, your latissimus dorsi, or your lats, and probably a couple other underlying muscle groups. But I want you guys to focus and just think in your mind of pulling and contracting with your back muscles and extending the stretch. Because when most people pull, they'll pull like this to this range of motion and then just pull it back, and you'll start feeling it. Your bicep pump's going to be huge compared to your back, and you'll notice it. So I want you guys, when you take the weight, to extend yourself, let your back stretch. It's the same thing when you're training your calf muscle. The muscle has to be stretched the opposite way on the eccentric phase, because the muscle can be used in two different directions, the contraction or concentric phase and the eccentric phase. And the muscle needs to be stimulated in both directions to be, developed properly. So I'm going to show you guys that. I'm actually hoping to do this shirtless because I don't have a tank on and there's no way you can see it through this black shirt. So it's 3 a.m. Hopefully no one bitches about it, but let's check it out, guys. Alright, guys, so the first thing we're going to be doing, I'm going to show you guys how to do it wrong, and then I'm going to show you guys how to do it right. Now, I'm probably going to try and get it from about 2 or 3 different angles, but first thing I'm going to show you guys is how to do it wrong. So like I mentioned before, guys, the first thing you want to do is find your stepping, your stance, and where you want to be at. There's tons of different ways you can grip a T-bar row. I'm sure you guys have seen it. You can grip the bar. There's T-bar row stations for people who are learning how to do it. I prefer this grip here. It's very comfortable for me. It's a little wider. Move this plate out the way. So I'm going to take my stance here, guys, and lock the bar up here. You want the bar locked up, the grip locked up with the bar, because you don't want it sliding around. So you're going to find your stance, guys. Remember I said not to go too wide. Pick it up. Make sure your body's nice and tight. Now have a squat. Now you're going to be squatting a little bit due to the fact that you want the bar resting between, I guess, the weight resting on your your lat muscles and your legs. You don't want it to be pulling on your spine. So like I said, find your spot, guys, and see, guys, that's wrong. That form there is wrong. It's not complete. So I can feel it in my back, but I'm feeling it a lot in my biceps now. So now I'm going to show you guys a complete form, or the proper form, I should say. Complete contraction, eccentric. You see the stretch there? Your back needs to stretch. It needs to be open. And you'll notice too, when you guys do proper form, weights that you usually would do when your form isn't proper are going to be a lot more challenging to do too, because again, you're using proper form and you're taxing the muscle differently in the right way that you weren't before. So just focus on getting that form down, guys. Weight's not really too important. Form is key because you also want to prevent injuries. So I'm going to shoot another angle of doing this the wrong way and then doing it the right way, all right? Sadly, from this angle, the camera's got a lot of light beaming from the ceiling. But I want to show you guys how this is done from the back. So again, the first time I'm going to show you guys how to do it wrong. Then I'm going to show you guys how to do it right. And you'll actually notice it in my back. Even though there's a lot of lighting, you'll see my back stretch and contract a lot differently between the two forms. So first is wrong, guys. Now another reason I can tell that's wrong is because I can start feeling it in my lower back right now as well. Remember guys, keep that form nice and tight. Make sure you get that stretch and don't focus on your arms pulling it, focus on your back. Cannot emphasize that enough. Now let's do it the right way. See, I was only able to pull about 7 or 8 reps. Well, actually I'm already done doing back like I mentioned, but I can feel that a whole lot more in my back right now. My back's probably gonna hate me tomorrow, but hopefully that helped you guys out in that exercise. For that third exercise today, guys, we're gonna be doing barbell bent over rows. Again, with this exercise, or any compound back exercises, that's kind of what I'm doing in all three of these exercises I'm showing you guys. It can strain your lower back. You're going to want to have slightly bent legs, and you don't want the focus to be on your lower back or hamstrings. You're going to try and keep the focus on, I guess, the lower lat muscles right here, the rest of the lats, your traps, and the upper back region. So again, guys, make sure that stretch is full range. You don't want to go too heavy on these starting out because these things can be a pain in your ass at a lower back. Had lower back issues from this. Make sure your form is nice and tight. Do not jerk the weight. You don't want it to try and become a deadlift, and again, you don't want to start pulling your lower back. And final tip, guys, for that is when the weight gets too heavy, you're going to start feeling that in your biceps a lot too. If you feel it in your bicep, I mean, obviously your biceps are going to be a muscle that's activated during this exercise because you're pulling, but you don't want it to be the primary focus. You want your primary to be your back and your second to be your biceps if possible. So if you feel it too much in your biceps, like you're getting an arm workout, then try and drop the weight and focus on just contracting your lat muscles. And again, guys, it's all about that mind and muscle connection. That's how you develop a nice, proper body. In concept, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do this wrong and showing you guys how to do it right. Just watch my lower back and watch my upper back and watch my arms. Try and keep an eye on the small tweaks in the way my body moves differently between the two different types of forms, guys. Sorry for sounding like I'm out of breath, because I really am out of breath. And it's motherfucking meal time right now. Alright guys, hopefully you can see a little bit. Again, I'm going to probably shoot another angle for this one. That form is wrong, and I feel like, again, my lower back and biceps. Don't jerk the weight while you're doing this. Focus, focus, focus. That is important. Let's do this the right way, guys. Hopefully you guys aren't getting too much of a view of my boxes either. Now let's do it the right way. Next one we're gonna do is the seated lat row. I usually use the plated system, and I like that because you can load a lot more weight on it and it feels a lot more intense than using the pulley cable system. Another thing on that is when you're doing it, your foot placement is very important because again, when your weight gets heavy, you can start pulling in your lower back. But make sure your foot placement's right, your core is tight, your chest is flared out, because if it's not, oh shit, if it's not, you're gonna start feeling it in your lower back. And same thing on this back exercise as that one. You're gonna want the full stretch range of motion right there, guys. Full stretch. That's the end of this back video. I hope you guys learned some key tips. Remember that form is super important to grow and to just maintain safety and to do things right and to gain all kinds of strength. Sorry I had to have my shirt on one of those video clips because there were so many people around there, and I guess around 5 or 6 a.m. It's getting close to 5-ish. That's when people start packing the gym, and I didn't want someone to come over and tell me to put my shirt back on. So for online coaching, guys, and fitness apparel, GarbearFitness.com. Garbear Fitness, checking out. All my social media will be in the bottom description box. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Checking out. Remember to be smart when you guys train and have fun.